everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel where today, just like you can see on the screen and as well by the title, we're going to be checking out this upcoming JJK game called Jujutsu 0, which from what I've understood is going to be very similar to those kind of games where it's like, you know, quest lines and then you gain XP, level up your abilities and stuff. You guys remember Jujutsu Infinite, right? Well, yeah, it is going to be something like that, but of course, have a look at some of the sneak peeks up on screen. This is the release trailer and it looks awesome. I'm really interested to see what else this game has to offer, so without further ado, let's jump into this. And also feel free to like and subscribe if you do end up enjoying this video or just want to support me in general. I'd really appreciate it, especially since it only takes a few seconds out of your day. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's, I guess, get started with some of the gameplay sneak peeks. So, having a look on the screen right now, just like I said before, it is going to be very similar to Jujutsu Infinite, where, you know, there'll be enemies spawning around the map, you can take them out with certain abilities or weapons, and then, of course, have a look at some of those animations. They look very, very clean, and from actually the screen, we can see a lot of the stuff that we're going to be having, like mechanics, a mini-map with coordinates that might help out a lot for when we need to, like, figure out where on earth we need to go. We also have a health bar, leveling up system. I'd assume probably this would be some kind of like energy bar, you know, since it's JJK, it would be cursed energy. We also have some kind of like two currencies of money, 1 silver, 1 golden. And then over here, we have 5 normal slots for, I guess, certain abilities. For example, we have Limitless and Inverted Spear. So this is a weapon, this is a curse technique. And we even have Shrine over here, so it might be possible to kind of do like a mix of multiple different characters' techniques. And as well, over here in the corner, we have again another 4 slots, but I'm not entirely sure what this one is for. Could potentially be another 4 sub-attacks, you know, for example, when you equip Limitless, you will have, I guess, 4 abilities. If you equip Shrine, again, 4 abilities. And of course, as well, we have a domain. Hopefully in this video, we can see those domain expansions, because usually that's my favorite part about these types of games. But let's get back to the video, right? So jumping on into the map, again, is going to be very similar to Jujutsu Infinite. You just spawn, I guess, somewhere in the heavens, you fall on down, and then is this some kind of like mini boss fight, or is that another player? I think that might be another player. Oh wait, no, it is actually some form of mini boss. It's literally Jogo. You guys know Jogo from JJK? Seems like the game is going to be having some of your favorite JJK characters as mini bosses, or maybe this is even some kind of boss. I mean, we can't really see the numbers that much, it is a little bit blurred, but I am going to assume that's around 20 or 30,000 HP, which sounds insane. Also, again, have a look at some of these animations. Look at this. Ooh, okay, wait, we have an animation over here, and okay, this is Fuga. I know my JJK knowledge, that is Fuga. It should do a lot of damage, especially since in the anime, it does that. Okay, maybe it didn't do that much damage, but I'm gonna hope that probably that's just some balancing issues. But again, look at this. We're seeing so many more abilities from Jogo. Like, throughout this whole boss fight, we saw a meteor come from the air. And as well, like, mini meteors, some kind of, like, flame field. Like, look at all of this, right? It looks like a complete mess, but that's kind of Jogo's ability. It's meant to be a mess, it's meant to be chaos. He is literally one of the natural disasters in JJK. But to move away from that for just a second, again, throughout this fight, we are seeing more things. We're seeing some kind of like a circle bar, which potentially could be for black flashes. Or maybe it's like a stamina bar to prevent you from like spam clicking. I mean, if that exists, I'll definitely like that, especially since a lot of the previous game's issues is that you can just spam click or spam ability usage. Maybe this will prevent, you know, spam clicking and will actually make you focus on strategies or combos. Or then again, maybe it's something as simple like the dash stamina bar, you know, for example, you can't infinite dash. There's also a super dash over here, but I have no clue what that does. But yeah, let's move on to some more things as we can at least understand. It seems like we're going to be having an upgrade tree over here where we can upgrade attack speed, attack percentage, critical chance, and then we also have 3 different sections for offense, sorcery, and vitality. So offense is probably going to be physical, then that's going to be the curse techniques, and then this is probably just going to be HP. Then from there, we also have mastery and techniques, but I'm not entirely sure if it showcases it in this trailer. Oh yeah, just like I mentioned before, we also have weapons in the game, such as the Inverted Spear of Heaven, which is going to be special grade, you know, the best kind of grades that you can probably get in the game. And in this case, it's going to be giving you 100% attack speed, or maybe it's 100% attack damage. Again, don't take all of these values for granted. Most likely, this is like pre-balancing, so wouldn't be surprised if this becomes, for example, 80%, this becomes minus cooldown or something. But some more things to point out, the game is also going to be having gear, supplies, and again, we have another section for techniques. Can we please see what techniques there are going to be in the game? Like, is there going to be my goat Kashimo, for example, or Todo? I would love to see a Todo technique. What about Megumi? I mean, I've always wanted to like be in a proper game like this and have the shadow summon technique. Imagine going up against a boss like Jogo, right? And then you just immediately summon Maharaga. Am I the only one that wants to do that? Is it just me? Maybe I'm sounding a bit too much like a JJK nerd right now, okay? I'm sorry, I might have gotten a little bit too hyped by the newest JJK Modulo chapters, but yeah, let's continue talking about the game for a second. So, once again, we have a new aspect of the game, which is going to be leveling up weapons in exchange for yen, and then obviously, when you level them up, their attack and all the other stats, they're going to be increasing by a lot and a lot, such as, I guess in this case, this is a max level up, so you don't need to just level it up one per level, right? You can do, I guess, 20 levels if you want at the same time, which will, for example, give you 6 attack bonus, 8 cooldown percentage. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be minus percentage, but again, I'm not entirely sure. Apart from that though, scrolling through the rest of the video, it seems like it doesn't showcase any of the techniques in this video, but at least we get some sneak peeks of the map design. Look at that. That looks like a really nice open world map. Maybe the sneak peeks channel is going to be having a little bit more info that wasn't mentioned inside of the release trailer. Now, scrolling up through quickly, I was told that there is a specific really cool model. Come on, where is it? I believe I know what that person was talking about. It should be somewhere. Here it is. Oh my goodness. It's the GOAT himself, Maharaga, and he is looking very realistic actually. Like, look at all the curves in his body. Yeah, whoever made this model by scratch, shoutouts to you. This looks incredible. I can't wait to fight this in game. Another thing, by the way, that I saw whilst we were scrolling up, it seems like a lot of these videos showcase, right, like the specifics of the skill. For example, shrine skills over here. We saw some of them inside of the release trailer, but probably these videos are going to be like the more specific ones, like Dismantle, Cleave, and what's that bottom one? Web Slam. Would love to showcase it to you guys, but unfortunately, it seems like this video is bugged. What about Fuga over here? Okay, we've already seen this animation, so this is again going to be Fuga, and is it going to be doing the same damage as in the video? No, in this case, it's going to be doing no damage. Again, a lot of this stuff is still in the testing phase, probably a lot of the specifics like damage, maybe status effects like burn, bleed, or whatever, that's coming later. All we can do at the moment is just get an idea of which characters are going to be in the game. For example, Star Rage. That is another really cool curse technique that I am a big fan of. Here's some of the gameplay of it. So we have, again, 4 abilities: Black Hole, Densify, Bullet, and Punch. And then it seems like these are, again, going to be some random NPCs you'd find along the map. Probably you need to take them out for some kind of quest line. And also, they're going to be dropping XP, Mastery, Yen, and even weapon crates. Ooh. Wait, are they going to be adding some kind of like mini gacha system where, like, you know, you could collect, I guess, these crates, right? And then within these crates, there is a small chance that you could get some of the rare weapons. That's actually a pretty cool concept. Speaking of cool concepts, here's the black hole that I literally just mentioned. Look at that. I'm not trying to glaze, by the way. This looks very clean. Let me know down in the comments if you guys would want to see me make a stream on this game, because even if, right, let's say theoretically the gameplay was bad, I would still play this game just for the visuals. But we also know the gameplay is going to be very, like, solid. We've already seen so many different aspects to grinding. Here's also a video that I think I should go ahead and showcase. This is the black hole in action. It's going to be a very, I guess you could call it a quick attack. You literally just chuck the black hole at the enemy. And then, you know, a little bit of sparks pop up. Again, do keep in mind, I am watching it from like a Discord video, so maybe the quality, you know, the pixels and whatever aren't exactly the best. But obviously in-game, things are going to be looking much, much better. And again, scrolling through all of this, there is more stuff to showcase. There is the Dragon Bone skills, Cursed Speech technique. That is going to be another one that's going to be in the game. Then over here, we have Gojo's domain. Again, I've been mentioning that I want to see the domains in this game. So let's go ahead and let's see Gojo's infinite domain. Okay. Ooh. Again, solid animations. Even here in the passive state of the domain, right? When it's activated, no animations or anything, you know, no cutscenes. It still looks very, very nice. And obviously, just like in Gojo's domain, you know, the whole point of it is kind of like to make you go brain dead because your brain's getting flushed with infinite information. You can see over here, that's I guess this NPC. Unfortunately, he's just a level 1 rabbit fighter. Maybe just a robber. I don't know. Listen, he's stunned, he's weak, you can literally just make a fool out of him. It's the whole point of the domain. And then I guess if you want to go ahead and get yourself, I guess, one of these curse techniques, or maybe this is something different. This is clan rolling, according to it, right? I believe that in specific, this is talking about the abilities itself, but I might be wrong. Maybe this is like a whole other system. But what we can see, and oh yeah, by the way, they did mention that a lot of these rates are not final. If that was the case, I mean, it says over here 1%, right? 1% and 1 in 400 is a huge difference. 1% is 1 in 100, so this is not even true. Hopefully these grade 1s aren't going to be actually 1%. I would hope that maybe it would be more like 5% or maybe 2%. I think 1% might be a little bit too difficult. Listen, if the devs are watching this, obviously I don't want the best abilities in the game to be really easy. I do want to actually have to put some time and effort into getting them. Plus as well, even if it was 1%, I mean, this is basically confirmed that there's going to be a pity system. So even if it is 1%, you are guaranteed to get it by, I guess, 100, 200 rolls. I don't know. They haven't really said the value yet. But what's cool about this is that apparently you can buy rolls with the in-game currency. So I don't think you're going to be limited by waiting for codes or update days. You can literally just buy the rolls for yourself. But I wouldn't be surprised if the rolls are going to be still relatively expensive, you know. They don't want to give you like 1,000, 2,000 rolls after 10 minutes of playing, right? Ooh, wait, this might be another sneak peek for another curse technique. Okotsu. That's Yuta's clan, right? I'm not going crazy. It's Yuta Okotsu. If Yuta's in the game, again, that is a huge W. I know a lot of people used to like Yuta. I know he's been receiving a little bit of slander recently because of, you know, the sequel of JJK. But I mean, hey, the whole point of his ability is to copy people, right? So if I can copy someone, for example, I don't know, maybe copy one of Gojo's techniques, that might be a little bit of a cool, like, cheat code, if that makes sense. But again, I am going to make it clear, I'm not sure if there's a difference between the techniques and the clans. For all I know, clans are just like some kind of like passive bonus. Like, for example, Itadori has better physical stats because, you know, he's just Yuji. But anyways, if we were to watch every single one of these sneak peeks on video, especially with my commentary, we would probably be here for around 1 to 2 hours. Like, literally, there are so many sneak peeks for, I guess, every little ability or every major thing. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's actually a whole video here showcasing the Jogo raid. So yes, once again, that is going to be confirming that this game is going to be having some form of raid system. Probably, again, similar to what we've seen in other games. There's also going to be parrying for, I guess, a Black Flash. Probably it's going to be 2 separate systems where, you know, if you parry something, then probably you could respond with a Black Flash. Or maybe Black Flash is going to be something that you do in order to parry. Again, I don't know the specifics. Highly recommend you join their Discord server. Once again, it is going to be linked up on screen. Then some last few things that I do want to mention, just so then you guys know that it is in the game. Here are going to be all of the weapons. Again, we don't have the specific details, but it seems like if this like yellow color was special grade, then there is going to be a grade above that. We don't know the name, unfortunately, but from, I guess, the clans, we know that it's question mark, question mark, question mark. So I guess that rarity is going to be the best that you can get. And as well, here are the quest lines. You have some tutorial quests, active quests, and they're going to be giving you a bunch of XP, quest crates, yen, all of that good stuff. And then here is the thumbnail that's probably going to be releasing with the game. Honestly, I think I'm going to be using this for my own thumbnail. This looks incredible. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know me, right? I really do like my fighting grinding games where you have to put a really long time or you need to be very skilled in order to become one of the best players. And even if I don't make too many videos on it, I might do streams, you know, maybe I'll do like a weekly stream if I really enjoy it. Or if needs be, I'll just play it with friends, because I know me and the boys, we're really enjoying Jujutsu Infinite. And if this is supposed to be like better than that, or at bare minimum on the same level, and especially that Christmas holidays are coming up, why not try out this game? You're going to be literally having 2 weeks of non-stop free time. I am saying this, by the way, completely unbiased, even though that this is a paid promotion, as it shows, I'm pretty sure, at like the top right of the screen. This game definitely looks fun. It is definitely the kind of games that I do play on my off time, you know, when I'm not recording simulators or incremental games. So I would appreciate if you guys could at least take 5 minutes out of your day, you know, when this game releases on the 20th. Yes, by the time you watch this video, it could be 2 days away, 4 days away. Just check it out. You might end up not regretting it. Maybe it literally becomes your new favorite game for the holidays. And obviously, to keep up with any updates for this game, again, their Discord server is going to be linked in the description, linked in the comments. I'm going to definitely be keeping an eye on this game, and I hope you guys too. But apart from that though, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all, I guess, on the 20th. Peace out!